The menstrual cycle is a natural process that prepares a woman's body for pregnancy, lasting about 28 days on average, though it can vary between individuals. It involves a complex interaction of hormones and occurs in four distinct phases: the menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulation, and luteal phase. Each phase plays a critical role in reproduction and overall health. 1. Menstrual phase, days 1 to 5. The menstrual cycle begins with the menstrual phase, which is when menstruation, period, occurs. This phase typically lasts 3 to 7 days, during which the body sheds the thickened uterine lining, endometrium, through the vagina. If fertilization hasn't occurred, progesterone levels drop, causing the lining to break down. The flow varies for different individuals and can be light or heavy. Interesting fact: the average blood loss during menstruation is about 30 to 40 milliliters, though it can vary. Some women may experience heavier bleeding, which is known as menorrhagia. Second follicular phase, days 1 to 13. The follicular phase overlaps with the menstrual phase and continues after menstruation ends. During this phase, the pituitary gland in the brain secretes follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, which stimulates the ovaries to produce several follicles. Each follicle contains an immature egg, but typically, only one will mature fully. As the follicles grow, they release estrogen, which thickens the uterine lining in preparation for a possible pregnancy. Interesting fact: the follicular phase varies in length from person to person. It can be longer or shorter than the average 13 days, which is why some people have irregular cycles. 3. Ovulation, day 14. Ovulation is the process where a mature egg is released from the dominant follicle in the ovary. This typically occurs around day 14 of a 28-day cycle, but the timing can vary. The egg then travels down the fallopian tube, where it can potentially meet sperm and be fertilized. Ovulation is triggered by a sudden surge in luteinizing hormone, LH and FSH, which causes the mature follicle to rupture and release the egg. Interesting fact: the egg remains viable for about 12 to 24 hours after ovulation, making the day of ovulation the peak fertility period. This is why tracking ovulation is essential for those trying to conceive. Fourth, luteal phase, days 15 to 28. After ovulation, the ruptured follicle transforms into a structure called the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum produces progesterone, a hormone that helps maintain the thickened uterine lining, making it ready for implantation if fertilization has occurred. If the egg is not fertilized, the corpus luteum breaks down, leading to a drop in progesterone levels, signaling the beginning of the next menstrual phase. This phase typically lasts about 14 days. Interesting fact: if a woman is pregnant, the developing placenta takes over the production of progesterone, preventing the corpus luteum from breaking down and allowing the pregnancy to continue. Conclusion: the menstrual cycle is an incredible, dynamic process that involves a finely tuned balance of hormones to prepare the body for pregnancy. Understanding the four phases, the menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulation, and luteal phase, helps explain how the body functions in relation to reproduction. Interesting facts about each phase, like the peak fertility window during ovulation or the variability of the follicular phase, highlight the individuality of menstrual cycles. This understanding not only promotes better health awareness, but also aids in family planning, menstrual health, and overall well-being.